Two words connected to the coming and abiding presence of the Holy Spirit and its promises are dunamis, power, and exousia, authority. When Jesus tells his disciples in Acts chapter 1, verse 8, that they would receive power, dunamis, when the Holy Spirit came upon them, he was speaking of the inherent power or strength to perform miracles or to have moral power or excellence of soul. Yet he also speaks to them about the power, exousia, authority, that has been given to him in Matthew chapter 28, verse 18, which he in turn gives to his disciples to cast out evil spirits and heal the sick. Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. Today's contemporary ways of both being in and reflecting on the world usually prevent us from grasping the magnitude of what Jesus' promise of power meant to his disciples, let alone what it means for us today. What was true then is still true now. Most people in the world feel powerless. Religious, political, economic, and relational circumstances have us all asking questions. What's going on in the world? Or, for that matter, the church? Why is such and such happening? What can we, normal, everyday believers, do about it? Today, however, it seems as though believers are more focused on power apart from its pneumatological or Christological context, and instead have become consumed by presidential power, economic power, or military power. Of course, as human beings in a world of commerce and information technology, we must grapple with these notions. Yet it seems we emphasize them over the power that derives from the coming of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. Indeed, even in Jesus' day, many saw his ministry as a movement of social and political power that would produce change. This is evident in the Gospel of John, where the people, after seeing that Jesus has the power to provide sustenance, attempt to make him king by force. John chapter 6, verse 15. To be certain, power does mean having the ability or authority to produce change both personally and in others. As Bridget Harrison, an American academic, author, and professor of political science at Montclair State University, suggests, power is exercised over individuals and groups by offering them things they value or by threatening to deprive them of those things. These values are the base of power, and they can include physical safety, health, and well-being, wealth and material possessions, jobs and means to a livelihood, knowledge and skills, social recognition, status and prestige, love and affection, and acceptance by others, and a satisfactory self-image and self-respect. To exercise power, then, control must be exercised over the things that are valued in society. Yet this overemphasis on political, economic, or even religious power has actually led to a sense of powerlessness that affects Christian believers from all backgrounds who continue to deal with denominational divides, theological doubt, spiritual apathy, clerical cynicism, and spiritual fatigue. As if things were not bad enough, the current fad toward the deconstruction of Christianity and its negative effects due to the misuse of power and various kinds of abuse within the church has led many believers towards atheism. The power we need now is not the power of a certain political branch of government or the promises of power by business leaders. The power we need now is the power of Pentecost, which is intimately connected to the message of the good news of the Christ who lived, died, and was raised, who is proclaimed as gospel in accordance with the Scriptures, who is present in the breaking of the bread, and who is experienced still today by the power of the Holy Spirit. This power comes not only to us, but through us and for us. Just like the first century Jews living in Roman-occupied Judea, we who live in the here and now suffer the effects of political corruption, financial uncertainty, social injustice, and racial discrimination. And like them, we look for the power to change both our personal lives and the lives of others. Fundamentally, this is what we mean by the Christian celebration of Pentecost. In spite of the never-ending woes of the world, every year for almost 2,000 years, Christians